and welcome to the Big She Show. The way I'm eating recently, maybe it is the Big She Show. These tits are coming back. I get one compliment, and then everything's fucking back to eating after a certain time. Like 2 compliments, you know what I mean? I'm eating ice cream, and I'm like, I'm trying to curb it this week. But this is the BigT Show. We're not gonna lie. A guest. We had to go to Rockaway. We had to bring Rockaway to Brooklyn. I was asking for guests. I'm like, yo, my man, let's go. Let's do this.
Yes.
Rich Notch, how we doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
I got the shirt on.
Natural Born Kings. He always represent MBK.
Got the coffee cup.
Yeah.
Like I promised, no creamer. Keep it black.
Keep it black, definitely. You know what I mean? I like that.
No, listen, we shouldn't be doing creamer anyway, unless it's fucking half and half. All that stuff, the seed oil, this, that.
It's not healthy.
Yeah, I'm trying to be this healthy person. I'm fighting the gout. I don't know if you've seen any of my videos.
Yeah, I've seen the videos.
It's just a vlog. People are taking it too serious because I'm fat. You know what I mean? I'm coughing from the bong.
Yeah.
They're missing the point. I'm not taking a pill every day. You know what I mean? Like, that should be like, hold on, let's give this guy the podium. You know what I mean? Give this fat fuck with the good blood work the podium. He's doing something right. Like, the older you get as a fat person, the more people should be listening. You know what I mean? Like, what is this guy doing? He should be gone already. You know what I mean? Like,
you got the knowledge. You got the experience.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it always goes back to me. I got thrown out of my mom's, and I don't think I was smoking weed or like that for like the first year I got UPS. You know what I mean? Like, because I was scared. That was me getting my life together.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get the fire department gig, and I was drinking heavily at the time. You know what I mean? I was living on by Stillwell Avenue, corner store. Like, first time at a corner store was so close. You know what I mean? 24 hours. You don't need to stop. You don't need a case of beer. You go 6 at a time. You need a reason to go out. No one's there. You're reading the porno magazine. You know what I mean? Right? This was a different era. That's what you did. Yeah, let me get a Dutch. Hold on. 60 plus. They don't have this in the other store. You know what I mean? Like, you're looking at weird shows. That's what I did in this corner store.
That was a different time back then. Different time.
Listen, I was living on my aunt's floor. I had no room. So me standing in the corner eating a pastrami sandwich looking at the porno was my good time at that moment. I had nothing going on. You know what I mean? Like, that was what I had. Drinking Coke 45, playing lotto, and eating pastrami in the corner, reading a fucking grandma gilf magazine, because I never saw it before. It was fascinating that these old ladies would get naked for money. It was the first time I saw old lady porn. You know, it was the early 2000s.
I never knew they had a magazine, grandma gilf.
Eating hot pastrami sandwiches. It was Boar's Head pastrami, but it was still good. You know, they had good mustard. But for the fire department, you have to have a weighted vest on. And I wasn't this big, but I was probably a little closer to 20 pounds with it.
Okay.
And it's all about breathing. PIMP, the 50 Cent song was on. And I was just breathing through my nose, playing that hook over and over again. And I passed the physical. I passed that part.
Okay.
Skinny people, dudes like you, jacked.
Couldn't pass.
No, because if you're going up there,
you gotta have the stamina. You gotta have the stamina.
It's reading your heart rate. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about. You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean, where the drugs? What do you mean, officer? You know what I mean? Like, not panicking. And skinny kids like, yo, man, how'd you pass that? I was like, Coke 45 and cheeseburgers. I was living down the block from the Del Rio Diner, amazing Brooklyn diner. I think it's closed now. Cheeseburger Deluxe, and I was housing Coke 45 because they were 99 cents.
You passed the fireman test, the physical test. You passed
until the 3 days before the interview, and I got a DUI in my UPS uniform. Damn. And there was a little bit of a thing where I could have signed something and still been with drug tests and alcohol tests, but I got back to an ex-girlfriend's uncle of mine, and he said, oh, he thinks he's going to become a fireman, not on my watch. And it goes back to like the good old boy mentality. Hey, Mrs. Investigator? Yeah, I don't like this guy. Don't hire him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that led to me trying to join the Vulcan Society, which is a black federation of firemen. The old office was on Eastern Parkway. I'm like, hold on, if they're doing it to me, a white dude, what are they doing to fucking minorities? You know what I mean? So there was a class action lawsuit. I called him up, and I was working UPS at the time. He called me back, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, I tell him my plight. I'm like, yeah, man, if they're doing it to me, they're doing it to you, they're doing it to everyone else. I want in. And he like paused for a second. He's like, Mr. Farrell, we appreciate you fighting for a good cause or something like that, but it's for minorities and this. He said something like, keep fighting a good cause, young blood. He said something cool. When I got off the phone, I was like, I wasn't accepted, but know what? he said something cool at the end there. I'm always gonna remember it, but I'm never gonna be able to quote him to exactly what he said. It was just something cool. In that moment.
He said something cool, make you feel good. You know what I mean?
But it goes back to people a pill every day. Go back to the doctor. Hey, you still taking that pill? I'm like, no, asshole.
But you lost weight though.
Oh yeah.
You definitely lost
I had
weight.
To stop with the edibles, man. Anything I love, I abuse.
Oh, them cake pops.
Oh, come on.
That's what I miss. The cake pops.
Lemon tart. That's when it was the pandemic. Last time. Shoot, maybe even last time I saw you in person besides social media.
Yeah.
Which, listen, you need more healthy in-person interactions. But know what? In a world where life, gets busy, social media, you keep it up on what your friends, not your enemies, people you're rooting for. You can see we're in our own lanes. You don't get time to see each other. It might be
everybody's so busy.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about social media.
But it was the pandemic. And I had time, and I was getting the big, what your mama gave you, edible company off the ground. And I got the, what the fuck was that restaurant in the city? It was like a world famous, my friend was a chef there, and he got the lemon tart recipe from, they serve pigeon. I know that. It was like so fancy that they serve pigeon. You know what I mean? Squab. It's like a
fancy pigeon.
Yeah, in other countries.
Bougie pigeon.
Yeah. They changed the name and they serve it in other countries. And it's a delicacy. You know what I mean? Over here, with spit on it. You know what I mean? And the chef offered me pigeon. You know what I mean? I work all week to eat pigeon. Yeah. That's what the fucking government's going to have us doing next. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Oh, man. But we had time, and I had time to make a cake, let it cool, mix it apart, mix ice in, then let that cool, and then fucking dip it in chocolate. That's a 3-step process.
That was delicious.
For a $10 edible.
Yeah, let me let the people know. When you did it, like it tastes so good. Besides the fact it gets you high, like you don't even know it. Sometimes you eat these edibles and the taste ain't all that, whatever, not me. But the way you was cooking it up, chefing it up, I'm like, oh man. Like it makes you just want to keep eating. And then you be high out your mind and going crazy. It happened to me.
I'm blushing right now. I appreciate the compliment.
For real.
Listen, when you're a comic, you know what I mean? Like, I want to tell the joke, but the reward is the laughter. I cook a lot. You know what I mean? Like, oh, really? You really liked it? Like, come on. I tasted it together here.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get stroked. You know what I mean? You just got to keep it within that limit of like, don't just take it out. Don't let them come over. They're unzipping and jerk you off for it. Like, that's what cooking is. You know what I mean? If you're good at it. You know what I mean?
Good at it.
You're good at it. You're like, oh, yo, bro, that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're not good, you're going to know nobody's going to come back.
Yeah. No one's reaching for your zipper. Like, you can put it away. No one wants it, Stan. Like, go watch the Food Network, dude. But I feel good, man. I don't have the same garden I used to have, but I just did a little basil plants that are very pungent. Because I think as a society, we hate flies. But we sort of like, if we see a fly, it's no big deal. If I see a fly, I'm like, you ever see Breaking Bad when Walt is going crazy?
Yeah, yeah.
That's how I am.
In the lab?
I'm just thinking about the fucking, it's almost like having unprotected sex with maybe even a prostitute or a girl that, fucked everybody. Like, this fly landed on every dog, cat, piss, shit, human shit throughout the neighborhood and found its way through your window, and now it's just landed on your coffee cup, on the top of the bong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this should be a fucking, like, the salt gun. I got one, but they got salt everywhere. Like, that's the assault weapon we need is a fucking gun to kill these fucking people. Things in society are just too acceptable, man. Taking a pill every day and letting flies in the fucking house, I can't stand flies. What were the pizzerias back in the days? You always have flies back in the day? The door open. Like, you see it landing on stuff.
Yeah. You don't land on my slice.
Like, come on, man.
Whoa. So you started eating healthy. You say you wasn't taking the pills. You ain't mess with the pills.
I had a trainer. He saw it in me when I went. I got fatty liver and gout 7 years after I stopped drinking. Like, you don't just stop drinking because. Like, oh, it was such a good time. I got an award. They put a stat. No, it's because you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, $100,000 in legal fees. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Punching people, getting sued. It's like
alcohol.
Everything goes back to alcohol. Slash drugs, but it's mostly the alcohol. You know what I mean? Like, if the drugs were involved, I was selling them because I had lawyer fees and this and fucking getting fucking promoting. Like, the thing about the the fireman shit, you got to go and get every deposition every time you got arrested and explain what happened. My mom's house got raided. Oh, mistaken identity once again. You know what I mean? Like, Connecticut promoting the drug factory because I had a scale, so they're just hitting you with charges. But reading it out loud, I'm like, it was like creative writing. Like, how the fuck am I gonna write? Again, I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Mistaken identity, like, because I spent a lot of money in legal fees to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, to get out of it, to get it fucking sealed or whatever the fucking case may be. You know?
Yeah.
And fucking, it all goes back to alcohol, man.
Wow.
Like, people say, why don't you drink? I'm like, I don't want to live in a studio apartment, and nothing against a studio apartment. It's just I was making $100,000 from UPS, committing felonies all weekend, fucking with coke, and had nothing to live. You know what I mean? Like a fucking 2003 Durango, like an old truck in a studio, making that much bread on paper, let alone everything else. It was great for me. Like, I have stories to talk for days, and I had fun.
Great drinking stories.
Yeah.
Everybody got great drinking stories.
But if you like something too much, man, like, and me abusing the edibles, and when I went to the doctor, and he's like, you got to stop the edibles. Like, whatever you're eating afterwards, it's not even the process, and I have no self-control with the munchies from edibles. And I told my trainer, I told my girl, the look on their face was like I stopped doing heroin. You know what I mean? Like, they were like, and there was times I'm going to the trainer, cockeyed, edibled out of my shorts, probably had 3 cake pops. And I'm like, oh shit. I thought I looked good because I'm fucking in a weed, like, next day hangover. Next thing you know, I have a stain, chocolate marks. I'm outside the trainer's place. There's nothing I can do. He's going to see all these stains and me looking like a bag of shit and gaining weight, even though I'm going 3 times a week. But eventually he got through to me. I stopped. I started losing the weight, and he got me into fasting. Once I was like, I can't not eat. You know what I mean? Just when Hot Pussy said, hey, Tom, you got to stop drinking. I'm like, what am I going to do all weekend? I said that to myself. Living in Rockaway? What are you going to do all weekend? You know what I mean? Like, everyone's going to be out drinking. I'm going to be home. Like, I couldn't wrap my brain around it. And,
how long did you fast? Fast for how long?
The longest I've done is like 24, 25. But I go anywhere to close to that, but 19, 20, 15, 16, depending. And sometimes, and sometimes I crack. And then for once I have the black coffee in the morning, I'm good. You know what I mean? For a cup of water with some sea salt, and then huge pot of coffee, black coffee. By the time I answer the text, tell the dog I love her about 100 times, and then fucking really just starting to wake up. It's fucking 1 or 2. I have some scrambled eggs, the fruit to fight the gout, getting off 2 fucking pills a day. It's like, where the fuck's where's the milk crate? The fucking... Everyone thinks it's normal. Just take a pill. Just take a pill. Listen, maybe Valtrex for cold sores because that's disgusting. And a blue chew from time to time. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, 2 blue pills, a Valtrex and a hard-on pill. Besides that, like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Oh, just a pill will ill you, like, take everything away. Like a Xanax, like...
That's what they try to make you believe, and that actually makes it worse. Or something else will come up because of the pills and everything. You get rid of one thing and get another thing taking the pills, but that's good. So fruit, you said fruit?
Well, the fruit, but which a lot of people, what about the sugar? Like, the amount of times you hear that from people that you might have respected before, like, what about the sugar? What about like, there's never a watermelon eating contest because your body's going to stop after the second one. You got 90 hot dogs and the guy probably went to a movies later in the day. You know what I mean? Like, you try to eat 90 strawberry, your body's gonna be like at a certain point, like, nah, we had enough. Like, it has that meter, the processed stuff, it can't. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know, man. I eat the wild blueberries, I get high and eat fruit. Like, that sort of goes hand in hand. Like, you know what I mean? Something refreshing. It just so happens to be healthy. And like, once I saw the results, and then for dinner, like, you have pizza, you have this. Once you have 2 meals and fruits, just a couple, even if you go on the heavy end, a couple hundred calories. You know what I mean? Like, that calorie deficit's real. I'm hovering around 280, which was what I was before I physically met you. And the pandemic, a bad relationship. And, you know, as you're in a bad relationship, you know, like...
I mean, that makes things worse.
And before the one I'm in now, which is the best. The best.
All right, okay, good.
And I'm trying to live forever, man. There was a time in my life...
So you stopped alcohol and edibles?
Well, the alcohol...
Alcohol and edibles.
8 years ago.
8 years ago, alcohol.
Yeah, edibles. Yo, I never I don't even know what moderation is. You know what I mean? Like handles of vodka, 40 bags of Coke, one sniff. Like I'll eat I stopped making the ones I made, the bacon ones, because as comedy picked up, opened up.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to play fucking Sarah Lee. You know what I mean? I just had the edibles. And like now if I just take those edibles I was making was probably a couple 100 milligrams easy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like now I just take 50 milligrams and it gives me like this. You see this energy I have now? Yeah. Like I didn't eat one today, but I wanted to be fresh. But like if I'm lagging a little or didn't get a good night's sleep, 50 milligrams gives me just enough energy. Like, it's weird. It takes this edge off, like almost like a football or a Xanax would for most normal people. You know what I mean? 50 milligrams is a decent amount, but anything more than that, I'm just going to be eating and cockeyed, laughing. You know what I mean? Like, but 50 gives me, it's moderation. It's control, something I never had in my life.
It's all about moderation with everything. Too much anything is bad for you.
And I just, being a big guy and being able to actually control it, if I don't crack and have that late night thing, but if I do, tomorrow's another day. We start our normal eggs at 1, get back on track, clean day. Even if I'm clean day half the week, you know what I mean? I'm still in a deficit.
That's good.
It's 2
That's
fucking
good.
meals, man.
Shit, I applaud you, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate
no alcohol. That's not easy, man. Like you said, especially living in Rockaway.
And you know what I mean? It's tough because for a while now, I'm like, Mara's. You ever go to Mara's on 92nd?
Mara's.
The ice cream shop out of
right by,
I'm like, you know what? Make it the large 3 scoops. I don't drink anymore. Like, it's 8 years later. How long am I going to use this excuse? This Sunday's owed to me because I don't drink anymore. But listen, when I stopped drinking, that's when I started abusing the cookies I was making, bags of candies, a Flavor RX. That was the beginning, like 2017. Remember that? The Bells?
I remember.
That was super popular. And like, I still lost 60 pounds. That's how much I was drinking. You know what I mean? Like, who's eating cookies and candy and losing weight? That's how, because I was drinking a 36 of Bud Heavy. I was drinking handles of vodka, the Fireball, and then not eating for 3 days. Pitches of White Russians. The kid was like, yo, you keep coming back for the White Russian. You know what? You ever have a White Russian?
Nah, I never had a White Russian.
Bro, it's like when you're hungover or like something's kicking your ass. Let's say you maybe Hennessy or Twisted Tea, something dark where it's just tighten up your stomach. Nice White Russian, a little milk to coat your stomach. Like I loved it because I was so high on Coke. Probably did a handle of vodka during the day or put a dent in it. And now at this point, I didn't eat in 2 days. Now I'm getting protein and fat from the milk, but it's mixed with vodka and Kahlua. So like I'm getting like low key, like a circumnavigate the Coke, which I don't want to eat, but I'm still getting fats and protein and just some nutrients or whatever.
A little bit of nutrients.
He would give it to me in a pitcher. Because I was stone cold. Boom, drinking, fucking no shirt on, milk cascading down my cleavage, fucking people belly bumping me, a line of people trying to get Coke. I'm like, hold on one second, as I'm telling stories over here. That's why I had to get people to sell Coke for me. People would be lined up. I'm going to a concert. Hold on 1 second. And I'll just start talking. I was doing comedy, but not doing, you know what I mean? I was doing 110 miles an hour, man. But listen, that was a quick intro, but but it's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you too, man. It's good to see you. Long time.
I know. And I see you last time we were together, Tall Genius.
Yeah, Tall Genius.
That was a fun, intimate day. Upstairs. I was still trying to figure it out in the studio, in the condo. Yeah. And that was a good day. It was a silly one.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We had fun though.
I had my silly pants on that day, as they say. I was saying some wild shit. It's the clown in me in class. Like, oh, new guy's here? I know you. I had you on the show. Oh, new guy's here. Let me act real stupid. You know what I mean? And Tall Genius is like, Tall Genius mean fat retard. But I'm glad you guys are still working together.
Yeah, we still working. Just dropped the project.
You just dropped
album Synergy.
Synergy, yeah. It's coming up on the Apple Music. No, the Instagram Music.
Yeah, well, it's on it's going to be on all streaming platforms probably a few months now, but right now it's on an app called Even. So it's the Even app, that's EVEN. You just download the app. You could go there and listen to Synergy, whatever, pay whatever you want to pay, And you could, the digital album, and then we got the vinyl and the CD for all them vinyl heads that Mr. Record want the physical copy of the art. You could go get yourself a vinyl and the CD too if you want.
I'm going to pick up the vinyl. redoing my office. Not like the other one. It's a little smaller, but I like cool shit. It's definitely Rockaway centric.
Yeah.
I want it in the office.
Yeah, gotta have it. Salute to Brega too. Brega's on the album too. Brega from the Bronx. He's rapping with me on the album. 2 MCs and Tall Genius. You will love it. It's that old boom bap. It's that classic boom bap feel. That New York feel.
I was checking it out on the beach, but I ate a mushroom cap and an edible. I get distracted. Next thing you know, I'm just staring at a seagull for like an hour. Like I'm gonna recheck it out. But I love your work. It's that old school stuff that I love. That you could just feel the vibe.
That nostalgic feel. That classic throwback feel.
Yeah, man. And I think we really need it, because if you saw the Summer Jam, it was like there was a meme and it looked like it was real. Like Jim Jones was talking to Flex, and it's like it was Flex telling Jim Jones, "You put everyone to sleep" or something. Like
I saw it. It was something that happened. I think they just need to stop Summer Jam. Honestly, a long time ago. Like Summer Jam done had its run. It ain't what it used to be. I mean, even for the youngins, like a lot of the young artists, it's like the energy's not there no more when Summer Jam like it used to be back in the days. But
listen, I hate to say it. I don't know how much older I am than you. I'm gonna be what's today? 45 next month.
Okay.
And I don't. It's without drinking. It's hard for me to do the music thing. Like when I drank, it'd be like Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, like this is the 2010s when I was like getting dressed, like music. Like I want to get pumped. I'm going out. But then like the day or two I wasn't drinking, and in hindsight, doing comedy after that, I was listening to the Raw Comedy Attack on Pandora. Like that was my downtime. I'm like, if I'm not drinking, why am I gonna get so amped up? You know what I mean? Like I need something to tune me down right now. I've been amped up for 3 days. And fuck, I lost my train of thought.
Talk about the music. The music
of
today.
The music. And just, you know what I mean? Like your stuff, that era, you know? Like,
that era we come from, that cloth.
And I definitely want when it drops. I want the vinyl for the office, man.
No doubt.
Definitely getting it on the wall. I got the coffee cup, the shirt from the old.
From the Natural Born King, though. We got another project coming out soon, too. We just keep working. And then we just dropped the YouTube show, the Rich Genius Show on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure y'all check that out on YouTube. Subscribe, share, like, leave a comment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
is it all music? What is it?
Is a multiple of things. Like we have an episode, the first episode we just dropped the other days, like it was a Father's Day episode, basically, like a conversation for fathers and everything. So we just talk about fathers and dads and fathers from sitcoms, like the great fathers from TV and different stuff for fathers. So it's gonna be different content, and we're gonna also interview people, and we're gonna also have some performances.
Music or
everything, music, whatever. Have you come up there? Everybody, 100%. Whatever. Like somebody's doing something, comedy and everything. I don't care if you work in the hospital, if you whatever. We're gonna have you come up there if you're doing something interesting. If you just opened up a coffee shop, whatever. We're gonna have people come up and give them a platform. So
pencil me in.
Definitely.
Thank you for pulling up, man. I mess with Rockaway. I'm very vulnerable of putting myself out there, saying I want to rent an establishment. Like, hey, I don't want to work with you because you guys don't know how to put it on your Instagram story or hang a flyer in the bathroom so you could sell your vodka as little Tommy comes up. Can I come on with my buddies to put on a comedy show, please? Like you're making all the money. God forbid you hang a fucking flyer in there, let alone want to work with me. I don't know what X is saying shit about me in the neighborhood, but fuck you. I'm still gonna be a Rockaway shill. I got my man Rich here. Like, I got people at Rockaway, but I wanted to have a show, man. And like,
Rockaway.
People need and then like a couple of days later, you see people like, what? Someone did a poll on Friends of Rockaway, like, hey, what does Rockaway need? Like, comedy show was like the third option. It's like, you pieces of shit. I'm trying to give you money. Everyone's like, hey, do it at the new fucking amphitheater on 93rd Street. Yeah. So you have fucking random clowns that were drinking all nutcrackers in the beach all day.
You don't want that.
And now they think they're part of the show. Now I'm kicking him in the fucking face. Like,
that wouldn't be a good look.
But listen, I'm always gonna be a Rockaway show. I love Rockaway. I seen you from afar. I say that before because I don't want to be like, I saw him and he's enjoying himself. I'll message him on Instagram that I saw him. I saw you on Instagram enjoying yourself over the weekend.
Oh yeah, Rockaway.
Yeah, it was Sunday. It was nice out there.
It was nice. I take advantage of the nice weather.
Yeah, man. I don't know if you ever experienced it, but like people straight up call Rockaway a shithole in comedy. You know what I mean? Like
that's crazy because I was watching the news and they said Rockaway, if it's not number 1, it's number 2. But out of all the beaches in New York, the most visited by tourists and everything. Like everybody comes to Rockaway Beach, whatever, like that. Like,
listen, I don't know what it is. Like it's my thing where I'm gonna put on for Rockaway. I'm gonna show the beauty, maybe a sunset from the 9/11 memorial on Beach Channel Drive, which is one of the prettiest ones ever.
Yeah.
Like just the dolphins, the whales, the fucking sturgeon, which is a fucking dinosaur fish, you asshole. You know what I mean? In the winter, snow owls from the fucking Arctic tundra because this is their south. You know what I mean? That beach reminds them of where they live in the north. Beautiful white snow owls. You ever see those things?
I seen it.
Yeah, Rockaway's a shithole. You know, like, how's your Bushwick? That's my new thing. Like, how's your Bushwick? You know what I mean? It was 95 on the beach. That's a $1.10 here.
Yeah,
you know, 105. Like,
that's a
Rockaway's a shithole.
That's a fact.
Then you got that one bitch always in the comments, like it'll be like a TikTok or something. Ew, Rockaway's nasty. You can't see your feet. Like, it's not blue water. Like, bitch, you went to Aruba 7 years ago. You haven't been back since. Fuck you. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, your memory. Keep posting your memory. We can see the fucking date, and we do the math. And then we can see how long ago since you can see your fucking toes. Remember the last time you got a pedicure, you fucking animal. But then I'll be on the boardwalk, and it'll be one of the crazy people feeding spaghetti and meatballs thrown on the floor to pigeons. And I'm like, maybe Rockaway is a shit. You
got a little bit of everything of Rockaway, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I love Rockaway. And we're going to find an establishment indoors.
Yeah, we need an indoor. They just opened up I don't know if we really need this, but on the corner where I used to live, it's a tequila and taco place they opened.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. That's a weird.
They actually mentioned something outside the post office about having a show there, but no biters yet. You know, and
okay.
I don't know. They were doing what was it? Oh no, for whatever reason, it was Epstein's Beach. Remember?
Yeah.
That was the name, which is it was still, people knew about Jeffrey Epstein, but they didn't know. It was like a weird thing. I don't care if it's surfing related or not. Like it wasn't a joke. That was a real surfing beach. I was like, you still don't have to call it.
Yeah, you don't have to call it Epstein Beach.
Even if the greatest surfer of all time was like, Epstein, obviously we would have heard that name before. Like even if it's in the ins of the surfing, like
they could have came up with a better name.
Like, come on, man.
They dropped the ball on that.
I did have in the beginning. I had one show there. And I'd never been in there when it was RBI's before. It was like that was a known crack spot.
Yeah, basically.
It's like, oh, you never went to Peter Luger's in Williamsburg? I'm like, no, I never really fucked with Williamsburg. It was like the projects and Hasidic Jews. Like, you know what I mean? Did they sell any chocolate tie or fucking sour diesel? Like that? Why would I drive all the way over there? We had it over like.
Yeah.
I never went to certain neighborhoods because. We're in Brooklyn, like South Brooklyn or Rockaway. I don't know, like
we have everything close already.
But yeah, man, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna die for Rockaway, and I put it on for Rockaway. But like, I'm sick and tired of people calling it a shithole. It's beautiful. The dolphin. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, Rockaway. It's not like Rockaway is great in the summer. Wintertime, you know. It's freezing. It's not a lot to do out there. It's not a lot, but you know. But the summertime, I love it in the summer. I love Rockaway in the summer.
I was getting out there in the winter because I'm out there all the time till October, and then once it gets like the fall, maybe like a daylight savings, then I'm like, I go into like just post up mode. You know what I mean? Football's on. Like, you won't even see the sun on Sunday. You know what I mean? It's you put the game on, and the next thing you know, it's nighttime. Put on the red zone. But like. I started to realize I was getting sick in like December, like just no sunlight at all. You know what I mean? And I'm like, then I'm gaining 10 pounds because I'm eating edibles, like because I'm not smoking. So I'm just, all right, I'll just NyQuil edibles. I'll wake up in like 3 days, piss, NyQuil edible. Like, why would I want to feel like shit? I'm gonna sleep. And like, I fucking next thing you know, it's 10 pounds. Like it was like clockwork, and I'm like. I gotta walk, even if it's freezing on the beach. I got fucking marmot jackets, gloves. People always like it's cold out. Like technically, no. Once
you start walking and moving, your body.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
You're a bad dresser. Go back inside.
Yeah, learn how to
another pair of gloves.
Learn how to put some layers
long
on.
Johns. Go outside. It's still a little cold. Go back inside. One more on. One more. Then you go out like, oh, it's not cold anymore. Yeah.
The thing
you
called thermal.
Soft asshole.
Thermal hoodies, you know what I mean?
Oh, man. But, bro, thank you for having me. It was one long-winded opening. I'm just excited.
Yeah, man. I'm here, man. Anytime. I'll pull up.
I let someone try the capsules last week, like I was saying before the show, and made him a little quiet, and that's all cool if we're all hanging out watching a movie, but like we're on a podcast. I need you to talk, motherfucker. Then I'm screaming. That's why when I post that video, I'm like, hey, you don't want to talk? I'll fucking scream for an hour. Now an hour and 10? Hour done. Just 1 hour. Just 1 hour. You can take me yelling for an hour. Come on in. But yeah, man, I just I've been getting, it was hot, and I used to associate the beach and baseball games with drinking, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, but I think it turns out, because I've been utilizing the beach, like having comics come down, and like I'm enjoying myself. Like, I don't know if it's just getting more and more sober, if that's the term.
Yeah.
Or just not being around my friends who, I'm not blaming them because I had the coke. You know what I mean? But just the gas. I was always the fire. It's just being around my friends, your boys.
Yeah.
They open that window and they have the gasoline. Next thing you know, I'm a burning inferno of, it's fun, but eventually people get burned. I get burned.
Yeah. That's not the fun part.
But I've been going down to the beach and doing my fucking editing down there, like shit, making videos down there about the guy. You know what I mean? And just utilizing the beach more, and just there has to be a balance of work and life, and like you don't have to be inside. Get down to the beach if you
don't you appreciate it more? Well, I know I do. It's like we was raised in Rockaway, but it seemed like when I was young, we took it for granted. The beach and boardwalk, we just took it for granted. It's like the older I get, the more I really appreciate. Even on the week, they're just going out there, just walking, like you said, looking at the water, like really enjoying Rockaway as an adult. You know what I mean? More than I did as a kid.
And listen, it's the summer now. Remember this in the winter. Some of the prettiest skies and sunsets. It's freezing out. Yeah, it's brick, and it's like 4:30, but some of those skies, it's fucking beautiful, man. I love it. I'm the Rockaway fucking shell. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I did grow up in Brooklyn. It was the funniest thing.
Oh, you grew up in Brooklyn? Okay.
No, but then we were always down here. Okay. And then we moved down in like 7th grade for good. Okay. And like I went to 180, and fucking what's that shit was called? Full House. Was popular. TGI Friday. We're getting pizza. We're watching Family Matters. Full House. It was
step by step,
bro. It was a simpler time. Pizza, cans of Pepsi. 2 hours of fuck you. I'm not fighting my brother. I'm not doing home. I'm not doing nothing.
Facts.
And I loved. Uncle Jesse was cool, and they played the Beach Boys, Kokomo, this, and being like the only white dude at the table, 6th grade, this kid Hassan, he would get on the folding white tables and fucking start paddling like it was a boogie board. And they're like, oh, this is Pharrell and his family at the beach surfing, probably listening to the Beach Boys. I'm sitting there like, yo, what's wrong with the Beach Boys? I was so young. I'm like, and everyone's laughing at me because it was pretty funny. Got to the table. It's like it's Pharrell and his family listening to the Beach Boys. But coming to Rockaway, they were sunning me for liking the Beach Boys. It was a popular genre. Kokomo. Man. I don't know, man. Fucking guys were on acid making some of the best music ever. You know what I mean? In hindsight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that, hey, fellas, they're on it. I didn't say it as a kid. You know what I mean? In hindsight, you read about like how'd they even create any of that. Then you listen to some of the other songs. Once you know they're on acid and you listen
to the songs, you listen different
just, like,
the lyrics.
Weird, like even like in the jungle in the beginning, like the weird sound it makes when you're high and that comes on randomly on like a playlist, like and you're just driving. You know the song In the Jungle?
Yeah, I know.
You start hearing someone was in a studio. You've been in and he had to go, ooh, like all these wild noises. And like if you're high listening to that song, like, yo, they had to be on drugs making this. Like, go in there and go, again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, more like you're in the jungle, Steve. Like, we're in a studio in California, like, on drugs, sweating. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
crazy. But it's funny because I was speaking to Tall Genius earlier today. He said he was watching something, and remember the movie Popeye with Robin Williams? Classic movie back in the days. He said everybody on the set was coked up during Popeye. Yeah. So he said, go back and watch the movie Popeye now. You're going to watch it in a different, because everybody was high, zooted out their mind. Everybody was coked out their mind on the set of Popeye. Like,
Shelley Duvall, Robin
Williams, man.
They were shipping Malta or something. I don't know where they were shipping maybe Malta, like the international, like Italy or some shit. Because it has that feel of like by the sea or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but they were shipping the reels back to Hollywood, and they were coming back filled, whatever the process was, filled with coke. You know what I mean? Like,
see?
Bro, I do an edible on like I said, I take the edge off, and that just helps me loosen up before a roast battle. But if the lights are on and I'm not sure the 100% of the jokes because I know I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
I see the crowd, my lips from the dry mouth from the fucking edibles. Like, it's
yeah.
bad. I'm like trying to talk, and I'm up on that island by myself. I can't believe, so then I bring water with me, like shit,
yeah.
But like I can't even imagine the coke. You know what I mean? Like how, just like
my spinach.
Motherfucker, you have cream of spinach, all that fucking foam and coke, man. That movie was the best. Man.
That's a classic. That's a classic, Papa. I ain't seen it in years, but
yeah, no, I gotta watch that. Just randomly throw that on.
Yeah.
The cartoons were the best, man. Like,
do kids even watch cartoons nowadays still?
They watch anime. I hear that at open mics constantly, and like it's like, bro, like you can't. I know that anime might be good. I don't know. I can't get into it. Yeah, but like Popeye and Tom and Jerry, like those were violent, funny, fucking like classic, like
Looney Tunes.
Yeah, man.
Heathcliff, all that,
bro.
You know what I mean?
Before I started comedy, I did a podcast just to prolong the inevitable of me saying, no, I should be doing comedy, like procrastinating, like always. And it was called Burger and the Dog. And it was my skinny friend, and it was he went to school at some place. He's like, oh, I got to do a show for it. Come on. I go, Burger and the Dog. I was fat like a hamburger. He was skinny like a hot dog. And there was an old Bugs Bunny called Waikiki Wabbit. It's the most racist against Hawaiian people and island people ever. Like 1955, that went. You know what I mean? I remember seeing it as a kid, and they're lost at sea, and the fat guy's looking at the skinny guy, and his leg turns into a hot dog, and then the skinny guy's looking at the fat guy, turns into a hamburger. And like then Bugs Bunny finds him and fucking puts it on him after he tormented these poor Hawaiian people. But it was like it was a different era. That was a real different era. I'm talking 80s and 90s was different for us, but that was 1955, man.
But we used to watch cartoons before school, getting ready for school. We used to watch cartoons when we come home from school. Saturday morning, we lived for that. Wake up in the cartoons, WWF,
Spider-Man,
and all that. Like nowadays, that doesn't exist no more. So the kids, there's no cartoons coming on after school. I'll be looking at my little cousins like, what do y'all watch? Like, what happened to the G.I. Joe, Thundercats,
oh my God.
Transformers, Ninja Turtles?
Remember Heathcliff?
Heathcliff, yeah. That's Heathcliff, Garfield, all that.
I was so young, but he had this hot cat that had warm-up
with the socks, with the warm-up socks.
Yo. And she's a pussy cat, and like later in life, you're like, yo, that bitch was hot.
I thought I was the only one when I was younger. I remember.
Not that we were so young, not that we were going through puberty, but we felt something. Something
we knew
was
the cat
there.
was bad. We knew the cat was bad.
Yeah. Shit, I remember
cartoon cat.
I remember TBS before, like third, fourth, sometime in the late 80s, early 90s, they had Popeye and Three Stooges before. And that's what I watched as I got dressed. And I'm like, your day's gonna be good. You're gonna be the clown. You're gonna like. I like my dad. We lived on Kings Highway in Flatbush, and right there on Flatbush, right across from like the Immigrant Bank, there was like Champagne Video, this video, like Mom and Pop classic, old school with the porno in the back behind the beads.
Yeah.
And my dad would get us like full length Tom and Jerry, and then like Cheech and Chong for himself.
Yeah.
Shit, Tom and Jerry, we lived there till second grade. It was not meant for any second grade or younger. You know what I mean? Because we watched but it was the best. Me and my brother fucking howling, laughing. Then eventually that was over. My dad still had us. It was smelling the weed. Yeah. And we watched Cheech and Chong as young kids. And like, you know what I mean? There's parts of Cheech and my dad would get out of the car, we'll lock the door. He'd be knocking on the window, like when the cops pull him over, like, yeah, keep on knocking, but you can't come in. He's like, I'll fucking kill you, motherfucker. Like, why you letting us watch Cheech and Chong when you were picking up on the girl sniffing the Ajax? Listen, my dad's not here, but shout out to him because fucking like, I think about it sometimes when I have a good show or this or just get a compliment. And it came from somewhere.
You think about the past.
A lot of these comics didn't get hit for being funny, and it shows. A fresh one's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Continuously over and over again, I don't think so. But fucking fresh one every now and then.
Yeah.
My life, put some funny into you, something.
Yeah.
Or feel pain so you can make funny from the pain.
From the pain. Yeah.
Oh man, but listen. Again, it was a different era.
Different era, man. Well, how great it was going to Blockbuster Video. That was a whole event just to go to Blockbuster Video. My pops pull up the Blockbuster Video, we get excited.
You went with the one on Beach Channel Drive?
The one on Beach Channel Drive, the other one I think was the Five Towns. Yeah.
Hollywood Video was out there.
They turned it to Hollywood Video.
Yeah. But listen, you'd go in. Blockbuster Video. It was the late 90s. So like everyone just got their license and cars. Yeah. Some of the best movies, Dumb and Dumber, Something About Mary. Like you go in there, like there's no, when you're young, everyone's a whore. You know what I mean? Like we have so much juice in our body. There's no, you're in a relationship, but you're not getting married. You're 16, you're 18.
Yeah.
But you'd go in there, she's banging him now? Oh, I saw him at Blockbuster getting movies. You know what I mean? Like that was like that was original sort of like semi-gossip. Like,
yeah. It was an experience.
I saw Richard Blockbuster with Farrell's cousin. Jesus Christ. she looks like him with a wig. No, but that's where Little Room is.
Blockbuster Video.
Yeah, like, I saw you were there with who? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You had to rewind the tape back, right? Didn't they charge you if you bought the tape back, the VHS, and you didn't rewind it? They would charge you some type of fee. That was crazy. But
listen, I'm gonna go with one of my silly stories because you just had me with the rewind. I used to sell weed out of my mom. It was a bungalow, and it was a small little. The front door there was a back door and a front door, but the front door was in the back, and that's where I slept on like an angle. Like the roof came down. So like there was one part where you can stand up straight. It was a bungalow. It was shaped weird. Yeah. And in the summer, like, there was more people around. And, like, I would be like, I had a dog that was only allowed in my room that I got from the place that I was delivering pizza, cereals on 116th. And I'm like, you can't get weed unless you walk the dog. Because in the winter, no one was there. You're talking shit outside. It was the 90s. No one cared about dogs. That was early 2000. And I'm like, you can't get weed unless you walk the dog. And I would wake up hungover. It was like two like weirdo kids. The one kid had like a leather jacket on, I remember, with no shirt on underneath, which was just always weird to me. It's like cold enough to wear a jacket, but not cold enough to wear a t-shirt guy. And the other guy was just out to lunch. You know what I mean? Like always like picking his nose, like a weird cat. I'm like, you gotta walk the dog. I can't get weed. And I'm horny. So I'm like, these guys are gonna take forever. I do a tape in the VCR. This is the late 90s. And I'm looking for a spot, trying to get a quick nut out for whatever reason. They're knocking on the door. So now I put the volume lower. And I'm like fast forward and rewinding to find a spot I'd like to finish. And they go, I hear something moving in there. I finished and I came running back. I was like, I was on the other side of the house getting water for the dog. And I got him out of there. Just saying you rewinded just took me, we're going back to a different era. I had to share. Fuck you.
What a story.
Who was selling weed where like you couldn't get the weed till you fucking walk the guy's dog and then he's trying to sneak a quick jerk. Over a 3 for $50. It was good weed.
3 for $50. Wow.
Oh man,
so everything was better back then, man. What a time! What a time to be alive, man.
Listen, man, we still have some time, but I just want to gauge you and just see where you're at. And I'm not gonna do this to all the guests, but I'm probably gonna do it to all the guests. Of course, listen. Last week, the guest got mad because he was saying stuff like not what I didn't want to hear. But just like if you came in, respect level real high. I remember, last time I got your shirt on, from Rockaway. Oh, respect level. Do if you came in like, I hate the weekends, I hate blowjobs, I hate pizza. I'm like, my respect level's dropping, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And like he couldn't understand that we have human emotions, and that if someone's gonna say stuff that's not respectable, you're gonna lose respect, even if it's on site. That's how it should be. And if people aren't saying this out loud, they should be saying it more. Because everyone's walking around thinking they're fucking like everything's cool. Like, no, I'm losing respect for you. What the fuck are you talking about or not talking about? And it's just I'm questioning everything. Did I see one video where someone pointed something out to me? And the ADHD in me cannot let it go unseen now. You know what I mean? And so now Oh, how do you know what they're saying online? Like, this is what the stupid fucking United Healthcare nurse said. Oh, you believe everything you read online about the gout? I'm like, you stupid bitch. I'm living it. I'm not in pain. Like, and then like something happened, like where I caught her. I'm like, oh, I go, where'd you hear that? She was about to say online. And I was gonna throw it in her fucking face. But
Yeah.
The stuff I say, I'll look at a building. Look at this old church. Huge, like copper-looking green roof with long spears all over. I gotta see when this church was built. Usually, I'm gonna say 1800s to maybe the early 1900s, and it was built in a year. What these old huge buildings, or like the Empire State Building, built in 1 year in 1930s, the first year of the fucking alleged Great Depression, which I think is just a power move by the fucking wealthy to have over us. They rewrote the history or whatever they're saying. I'm questioning everything, so it can't be like, oh, they built this building, built another city over Chicago and Seattle. You ever see that?
Nah.
They said it was a great fire. Like, yo, Rich, I'm telling you, once you go down this rabbit hole, Rockaway doesn't really have old towering buildings where it's like, this looks like it doesn't belong. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the New York Stock Exchange or a church right across the street where it's like, yo, this wasn't built with horse and buggy. Like the Statue of Liberty, I'm questioning it all. People can't give me an answer. Like physics. You think I know what fucking physics is? You think I ever looked at a book that said physics on it and then opened it? Like, no, I didn't even get to the point of looking at the book. You know what I mean? But just that, physics doesn't just explain it. ChatGPT doesn't just explain it.
Yeah.
All this shit that we're afraid of ChatGPT, I'm asking them like, yo, how groundbreaking technology. Can you be more clear? Everything else, you're showing me the inside of a woman's asshole to fucking give me the information. Like so much info. Like, whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Now I ask for something, no power tools. Like, Rich, some of these buildings were built, you know, the White House or the state capitol building, like that dome looking shit?
Yeah.
There's like one in almost every state. There was some built later on, but why in Iowa? Why the Mount Rushmore in South Dakota with dynamites, such precision? I don't know who those guys are, but those weren't the presidents. I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm going down, I'm doing this whole series, make it make sense. And I believe we've been lied to over and over again, and it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like the fucking Brooklyn Bridge. You know how hard that bridge is? They said they put airtight wooden things underwater, pump air in with no machinery. You know what I mean? And then had people dig holes and then stack granite. You think that would still be standing today? In the East River, Hell's Gate. They call it Hell's Gate. Does it sound like a nice place? Imagine a girl's pussy was called Hell's Gate. Like, oh, I'm going to give you this Hell's Gate tonight, and you're going to love it. You're going to eat that Hell's Gate, motherfucker. She'll be like, you're like, what? Are you raping? Like, you'd run. And that's what they're building the Brooklyn Bridge in with horse and buggy. Like, hey, when you're done shitting that bucket, come back over here. We got to finish going into this wooden waterproof thing. A waterproof wooden thing they built.
So why do you feel they
Because the more I look into things,
they're
saying everything was built in a year or two. Big, huge structures. Everything's a year or two. In 1912, 1874.
They didn't even have the technology like that.
Bro, once you see it, it's the ADHD in me. When someone's lying, I pick up on it. I can't help it. I don't want to fucking remember what they said in September that I'm using that against them now because they're clearly lying. You know what I mean? Those little things, now I can't unsee it. You know what I mean? Like the Statue of the Empire State Building, 1930, Depression. I started the video today to keep up with the economics of the time. Economics of the time, it goes against everything you're saying. It's a depression.
Yeah, why are you building it?
Yo, in 400 days they built it. 400 days. Oh, there was no OSHA, no regulations. Oh, so that means there should be thousands of deaths, right? No, 5 deaths, 7 deaths. Like, come on. You can't have it both ways. And listen, you think all these cock-sucking corporations are wasting money on fucking safety shit? UPS have all these come in and pay you overtime to take these classes for safety if it wasn't working, right? How could you have no regulation? Yo, 400 days that built the Empire State Building.
That's crazy. I never looked at it like
Bro,
that.
we're not just saying the outside, the inside too.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Days.
Bro, there's these old just churches with limestone, like the granite they use for the Brooklyn Bridge from Maine. They got it here on boats in the 1800s, horse and buggy, shitting in a bucket. Why the fuck would we get this granite? You know how heavy granite is? You ever bury a family member? You know how much money a slab of tombstone is? Yeah. Rich, this is my new obsession. I don't give a fuck. I'm losing the respect, meaning not for you. Ours is percolator, right where it needs to be. But so many people, because they want. I didn't open a book. I didn't pay for school. You know what I mean? Once you pay for something, like even if it's like Bud and it's shit Bud, you paid for the Bud. Like, nah, it's all right. Say it was shit. Say you got hoodwinked. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I paid for my education. I paid for this. Like they can't let that part go. Or they'll believe one part and say, what about this part? Like, no, if they're lying about that, they're lying about everything.
That's true.
The moon landing, whatever happened on 9/11, we all lived COVID. People still, I try to tell people this shit. They go, yeah, but the vaccine worked. I'm like, oh, this guy's still on the vaccine. Like, I can't, this guy's a lost cause. You know what I mean? Like, he thought the shit we lived through was cool de la. This is how deranged the society we live in is. And I tell people right away, how did I open that Brooklyn Bridge one? I said, listen, I went to 4 high schools. I never opened the book. Who leads off an educational fucking sermon by saying how uneducated they are? Because people like to tell you this. I didn't know that, or this, like, not how you said it, like with an arrogance, like, hold on, you just admitted your lack of knowledge of something. You know what I mean? And that's normal for society. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like a white flag that we just deal with. Like, oh, all right, you didn't know that. Maybe we should stop the fucking presses. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, he didn't know that. Who the fuck are you?
You know, I know when you brought up COVID, I never understood one thing about the whole COVID thing. It's a bunch of things, but one thing I never made sense to me. Why we never saw a bunch of homeless people winding up dead? They living on the street during COVID. They not taking a vaccine. They not what they're immune to it. You ain't see bodies popping up dead, homeless in the subways, anything. They was fine. The homeless during
that makes
COVID.
Sense. 'Cause I think it was because they're outside in the sun. I started the garden on the roof. And like I'm gardening.
Outside of the sun. That's the ill way of thinking about it, though.
Motherfucker, I got here today thinking like that and graduated early from high school. You know what I mean? Fucking, I'm making these videos. I wanted to edit. It didn't make the cut, but I'm like, people don't want to listen to me. But it's Monday and I'm on the beach. Like, you know what I mean? Making videos about fucking them lying to us. Maybe you should listen to me and not the people that have you in the Van Wyck or the A train. You know what I mean? Going to work. Like, maybe listen to me. You know what I mean? Like, just knock on wood. I want no bad karma.
People don't like to question things. They just like to hear information and they run with it.
And they like to say, like, I'm regurgitating someone else's shit. No. My mind is free now. I'm loose.
You're thinking. You're questioning.
This building, I had a show in Hoboken. And Hoboken's like on the hill. So like a lot of these buildings are built like into the ground. And I lose some people with religion, but in a lot of religious books, there was some flood. Like, yo, you've been just staring at the train tracks, right? Right? Those have to hold some heavy ass trains, right? They're going to say Chinese people came here and fucking did all that. I don't know. Slaves, people like to say slaves also. They always put like a emotional tag. Slaves weren't 10 feet tall. How could they make train tracks just going west and have these big ass trains going? Like, oh yeah, in those times with cowboys and Indians, that's what we got to worry about. Hey, everyone's either on the train or with the Indians and the cowboys. But like, we got to worry like. It doesn't make sense. How could you build something so strong when everyone else is like just watching, like, even my girl just started watching the show Deadwood, which is fucking, I never watched it when it came out. Cowboy. I've been watching a lot of Westerns. People are like, it's a sign you're getting old. But, the technology and the show. Like, I know, people are like, well, how could you believe that's true? Shut the fuck up. I'm not believing in cowboys and Indians. They're making some graphic shit. Whatever they're writing up, killing these Indians, and it's fucking wild. Maybe I am becoming old, but it's quality entertainment. You need to check out is what I'm trying to say. Can't all be conspiracy theories. But I don't believe anything anymore. The moon landing, the stuff with 9/11. How, and then people like pro-Palestine, pro-Israel. I'm like, yo, the United States government's involved. How could you believe anything that's coming out? You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust them. I just want my Social Security check to come, Mrs. Government. Mrs. Government, I'm not trying to bite the hand that feeds me.
Uncle Sam listening. He's like, all right, keep talking.
Listen. I'm trying to further myself to get off this platform here. My conspiracies is what's going to get me off the system and back into society. And put my head down and not question. Rich, let's say who's, I don't know if you're in a relationship, but who's a smoking hot chick that you would rank up there?
In the industry? Like in
anything. Oh man, I need to fuck this bitch.
Smoking hot chick. All
right, how about Sexy Red?
No. That's totally
insert. Let's say
Scissor, nice.
All right, so boom, at the club you meet her in a nice air conditioned apartment, just trying to paint a nice picture.
Mm-hmm.
She's blowing you. She's about to put it in, and she goes, "No, wait up." You go, "Condom? No, you're raw dogging it. You can come inside me." So now you're getting real excited. You know what I mean? Like, she's going to put a little diagram up. She goes, "Which one of these bridges don't belongs?" And it'll be all the Manhattan bridges. And you'll be like, so if I get it wrong and I don't answer honestly, I can't stick my wiener in you and come inside you raw, like every gentleman's dream. And you're going to look at all the bridges. Which one doesn't belong? Does the Brooklyn Bridge look like these other ones? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm like, hey, I'm Rich's brother, you're like, no, you don't. You don't look like the rest of the family. You know what I mean? Like, you're a conspiracy nut. But you know what I mean? It doesn't look like the other one. I'm driving home.
That's a wild analogy, yo. You get it? That's a wild analogy.
Lawrence would be like, BigT just be saying shit.
That's a wild analogy, son.
All right, so listen. I'm driving back Ocean Parkway, right?
Uh-huh.
Coming towards Rockaway, coming like from the Verrazano.
Yeah.
And that overpass, I went to Lincoln High School, one of my 4 high schools. That overpass is always so low. I'm like, why would they build the parkway? I know Robert Moses. We know he built the parkway so the buses, so black people can't go to Long Island and ruin his Long Island. Racist motherfucker. I'm like, why would they build the parkway so close that there's like really no overhang by that train track that goes to Brighton and that passes the McDonald's right there. A little bit past Ocean Parkway going towards Cropsey. And I Googled it. I think the Bell Parkway is built in like 36, whatever they say, 40. Oh, when was the train built? In the 1800s. Hold on. More huge train track. Like, our grandparents didn't work that hard. And then we're going to build the parkway so close to the train. I don't believe anything. I don't believe anything, man. I don't believe anything. And for the record, my respect meters more than what he walked in. Not that that matters. So who the fuck am I? You know what I mean? But just so, because the respect meter is a thing now. I love my man Rich. I appreciate you coming in.
You,
I know I'm a lot. I want the vinyl.
Definitely.
You know, if whenever it is, a couple months down the road, still here, wherever we're doing it, love to have you back.
No doubt.
That hour went quick.
Anytime.
That long 23-minute opening breath monologue. But one more time, run it through where everyone could find you.
Yeah. Instagram, Rich Notch on Instagram. On IG, you can find me, Rich Notch. Natural Born Kings 7 on Instagram, IG. The link is in the bio. If you want to hear the album, the digital album, just click the link in the bio, my bio on Instagram. And you can get the vinyl too. Click the link. You can order the vinyl or the CD if you want. And that's basically it. And check out for the Rich Genius Show on YouTube, me and Tall Genius. Salute to my brother Brega right there. You need any video content done, like he shoots videos and does a bunch of stuff, and he can spit. He's on the album too, on the Synergy album. So check it out.
I always, like I said, throwback. Like if you said like, oh yeah, you know Rich, he was part of he was like the third guy from like Gangstar or something like if you said something like that, it's so believable. Like you know what I mean? You're smooth. Your music is it's what you grew up on. It's what you know, but it's your style.
Yeah.
I really it's a pleasure having you in.
Thank you all
I
the time,
can't wait
man.
to have the vinyl, and you can check me out. I got a couple of roast battles coming up.
Okay.
1 July anniversary show, New York Comedy Club against Parody Gregory from Connecticut. At midnight, that will be my birthday. So it's a birthday show. July 2nd against Sue Ra. Yeah, she's big. She does like she travels all over. She, huge following, but 2 jokes real quick. We had 2 minutes. Yeah. 2 roast jokes I can just fire off. We'll see if they hit.
Let it off.
Sue Ra is Asian, adopted. So that means the first word she learned was sayonara. Sue Ra is Asian. Oh no. Sue Ra is missing fingers. She has a finger deformity. Is Asian and Irish, and told me her favorite food is fingerling potatoes. Fingerling potato. Oh man, I love roast. You should have never gave me a microphone, motherfucker. This is the Big T show. Not gonna lie. Shout out to my man Lawrence Reese, Rich Notch, Total Genius. See you next week.